SM127, and today I'm going to show you how to configure parental controls on your PS Vita. So turn this on, and slide this, and you'll go to parental control settings. I already have parental controls password there. So if you haven't set a passcode yet, or if you have and you want a harder one, you'll go to change passcode. Say your password was 1234 and you want to set it to a harder one. For example, we're going to use 5678 as an example, so 5678. Once you entered your passcode, you can now set restrictions. For the features, what you'll do, if you don't want your kids looking up stuff like certain inappropriate things, you could like block that. And if you don't want them purchasing things, tap block. Like for example, if you had like a kid that was using a PS Vita and want to buy stuff, there's a risk that they could ask for your credit card, or maybe get your credit card without your permission. You should never allow this type of stuff. So any parents that are watching this any parents that are watching this that are letting their kids use their PS Vita, also keep that in mind. And make sure they don't look at inappropriate websites and stuff. Because like pornography is not tolerated. And then you'll tap OK and you'll see this error message that says that the system will close all applications in use. You'll tap yes there. And now for games. And you'll slide this. So, for example, if you have like a kid that's like 6 years old and you're letting them use this PS Vita, you can basically, it's recommended that you set it to level 3, because like level 3 is the most mature that they can use it. Now the highest level of age restricted is rated AO, adults only, where you have to be 18 to play a certain game. And mature is 17 as well, which you also have to be an adult to play, but it's 17 plus. Which stuff can contain like bloody and gory stuff, such as like porn and stuff. So pornography. And you can also tap this here. About the ratings and parental controls. Now, as it says right here, EC applies to children that may be suitable for people that are age 3 and older. No material that parents might find inappropriate. Rated E is content for people that's age 6 and older. E10 plus means that people that are over the age of 10, it can contain some cartoon, fantasy, or mild violence, or some mild language. Rated T for teen, like Fortnite is rated T. It's for people that are age 13 and older. It contains some violence, suggestive themes, crude humor, minimal blood, or infrequent or strong language. So there's gonna be some cussing there. And rated M means that you have to be 17 to play the game. And it may contain violence. It's like a rated R movie. Blood and gore, sexual content, like you'll see some pornography there. And adults only, or AO, which means that you have to be 18 to play that game. Like the equivalent of a movie being rated NC-17, which means you have to be 18. Now, PS does not publish adult-only games because it could contain animated blood, comic mischief, language, which means you'll probably hear some cussing there that parents will find inappropriate, mild violence, suggestive themes, violence, etc. So if you have any so any parents that are watching this that are letting your kids use your PS Vita, also keep that in mind while you're doing this. And then right here you'll tap OK. And you'll get this message right here. Say yes when you see it. And then play duration. Either do not restrict or restrict per day. You could use 15 minutes a day. We're gonna set it to an hour a day. Well, actually 2 hours. Or even better, 2.5 hours. So you could basically set it to 2.5 hours. If you want your kids to use it for 2.5 hours a day. You can also restrict the daily total too. I'm gonna set all these to 2.5 hours. So all these days will be set to 2.5 hours. Well, actually 1 hour because Sunday is technically gonna be a school night. A work night. Especially since today is a work day. So say that you want to set 1 hour for each day of the week. You could set it for each day of the week. For example, say that you usually let your kid play for up to 1 hour. You could set it for more time on Fridays and Saturdays. So instead of 1 hour, you try, let's say, 2 hours. Now, obviously, once the child surpasses those times, they won't be able to play the PS Vita for the rest of the day. So you'll see that it's blocked, level 3, and restricted by day. And about PlayStation Network, it's an online service to get more PlayStation products. You can set a monthly spending limit for shopping. For example, say that you don't want them to spend more than $10 on a certain game. So if you let them use a credit card, it's recommended that you set a spending limit so you don't reach your so you don't max out your credit card. So be careful about that. And there's a manual for PlayStation Network. And right here you'll see a little gauge that will tell you how much time you have left of gameplay. Right now it's currently showing 1 hour. And that bar is currently depleting. Now obviously once this ring is fully depleted, you won't be able to play for the rest of the day. And under it shows how much time you have left of gameplay. And you'll see that part of this circle is missing. That's because the circle is currently depleting. Now it's down to 59 minutes. The circle is currently depleting. Now once the circle is fully depleted, you won't be able to play for the rest of the day, and you'll get a reminder. Now if the passcode isn't correct, now you just gotta remember to write down your password and store it in a safe place. Because Because there's no way to get to this stuff if you don't remember your password. The use of the application is not allowed. So if you want to turn this off, it's pretty easy. You just go to features and you unblock them and you turn this off, and play duration, don't restrict, and you'll see that there's no longer this little time gauge which will tell you how much time is left. And there's also a manual for this too, so for more information we'll go to that. So thank you so much for watching this, and keep liking, commenting, and subscribing.